Previously from the Hood Blogger.
I'm jumping off the porch today cause I can hold mine. My block be jumping, nigga, listen, it's a gold mine. I'm getting to it, running through this shit in no time. Think I see my first customer with bitches showtime. Bought it just to crash, I paid for it in cash. The dummy tried to rob the dice game, that was his ass. They ain't seen me in a minute, they thought I was doing bad. Then I popped up on their ass, what I had. That's a Jag, that's a Porsche, that's a Mozzie, that's a truck, that's a Genie. I was riding through the city like the bus, did you see me? Seems like only yesterday that they was just screaming free me. If you think I'm falling off, man, you must have been dreaming. You think what you want, you been smoking more than runs. You must not know who I gotta be, the police type of stunts. They love me in your hood and I've been through there more than once. If I made this all today, then what I'm doing in a month. The truth is that I came from nothing, I ain't never lying. My desk is full of label deals that I ain't never signed. I make this look so easy, look like I ain't never trying. They told me take my time, my reply was never mine.
It's SB Twiz, the Hood Blogger. Y'all know how I carry it. Shout out to everybody that been rocking with the content. I appreciate y'all. If y'all new to the channel, bro, hit the sub. You won't be disappointed. If you're a returning viewer, bro, and you ain't subbed yet, stop jerking wreck. Hit that sub button. But let's just get straight into it. Yo, Chic got the city in the uproar right now. Chic Raw really has this city in the uproar. And I know a lot of people, you know, probably wondering what's going on. For those of y'all that might have saw it, you know, he drops a freestyle. Now, you know, the freestyle, it was fire, but my whole thing is, it's a bigger picture to him dropping this freestyle. Now, you know, I don't know if y'all paying attention, but I'm going to explain what's going on. First and foremost, I got to say, we all know Chic Raw, you know, pretty much started out with too raw for the streets as far as the world seeing him. He was one of the most explosive rappers, you know, with the grimy flow. And you know, when he had dropped, you know, the people was really tuned in. I have to say he's from the second wave of the DVD era. We have to make that clear. I know a lot of us, you know, growing up, we remember seeing Chic and Vok and certain people on, you know, the original DVDs when they were still on the, you know, the VHS cassettes or whatever. But we have to remember that people like Scrap Metal and them was really doing that on the DVD basis before them. Even like when it came to like Freeway and PD and them, they was like all on the original DVD eras. But you know, when Chic came to the game, he came with such an explosive flow. You know, it was impossible to not respect this man craft.
Shoot, I'ma start banging niggas like Bishop and Juice, yeah. I'm the niggas scared of. Chickens ain't like me in that Cutlass Sierra until I got the truck with the lights on the mirrors. Yeah, I got my gear up, jeans and all. Shit that come from serving fiends that raw. I'm a hustler. I get to $1. Make sure I get rid of product. Whip up the powder. I'm an outsider, survivor my habitat. I'm everywhere where the cabbage at. That's everywhere where the addicts at. I post up where the Mavericks at. And that thing on my waistline, that flame niggas like LeBron on the baseline. I chase crime, my connects getting birds cheap. I bag butter that's as hard as a bird's beak. You heard me, I disturbed the peace. Ain't nothing gon' count Cheek. I ride around with a Desi in the Chevy till I'm buried under concrete. I grind weeks, sitting up focused, and I'm scared to go to sleep cause I might miss smoking. I'm stacking dough up and cutting coke up. I've been doing this since AI had a bow cut. I'm getting more now. It's like I ball for the Sixers and y'all trying to get drafted by Georgetown. Ahead of my game, a loss is important. Crazy handle with the rock, I could cross over Jordan. When I cross him, I pull it. I'm tossing them bullets and coughing you put in. So often I put in work that I shouldn't. But I'd probably be broke if I wouldn't. Circle blocks with the heat and the cushion. Hit the yacht, park the Jeep by the bushes. Get the drop with the heat and the cushion. I need a lot for the work that I put in. What you forgot, all the work that I put in. Shit, let's take a trip down. Shit, memory lane, remember the pain. Hustle the rain, muffle them things, shuffle them things. Pay my cards right, did it hard white, color off white. Cheek led a hard life. Every day, Twist get a bottle. Load the Tech 9 with the Swiss cheese nozzle. Hop in the goggle, cops gon' follow you. Try and watch it grind in the blue Chevy Malibu. But I do what I gotta do. Post up on the block with them 12 skinnies, size 12 pennies. Stop down Glenny, get a dime of that tree, take a shot at that Henny, you get popped with the semi.
So just a couple days ago, he would drop this IG post, and on this IG post, he would freestyle. But the freestyle, like I said, it's a bigger picture to the freestyle. And the bigger picture is that not only is he freestyling, but he's in his work uniform. And in the caption, he says, you know, pretty much, I'm about to clock in. Now, you know, it's like a narrative out there where sometimes you might have other rappers, or even, you know, some of the supporters of rappers, they kind of bid off of rappers when they work a 9 to 5, especially if they're not, you know, working somewhere where they not making 6 figures a year or something like that. So sometimes they get frowned upon on, and, you know, people bid off of it. You know, we seen rappers lately trolling other rappers saying, oh, he do this or he do that. But the message is that, you know, as a man, bro, as a man, you got to do what you have to do to take care of your family, to provide, to keep those bills paid. You know what I'm saying? You have to, bro, because, you know, people like us that might have been in and out the system, we know when you go to them jails and all that, whether you see people fighting bodies or whatever their situation is, and they're in a situation where they might be in the county and they could go upstate, that in the back of their head, they be like, bro, I just want to go home. I go home, be a square, bro. I want to eat off a regular plate, use the bathroom in a regular toilet. So I think we need to promote and salute the rappers and, you know, the people in the community, period, that's doing what they got to do. I don't care if you working at Applebee's, I don't care if you're working at the post office or whatever, man. You know, we got to beat the odds, man. You know, it's not about how much you got, it's about how much you striving to do the right thing. But this is the clip right here. We're going to play the clip, and then I'm going to also scroll through the comments to just let y'all see what other rappers and other people, how they reacted to this post.
Get up. I said, I'm smarter than that, insulting my intelligence, a lying. Once I step into the room, it ain't no elephant. Niggas out they element, this shit is pure elegance. Pure white, can tell by the crystals and the smell of it. Get high when inhaling it, I bag it wearing COVID masks. And it's hitting hard, they gotta smoke it wearing shoulder pads. The meth look like broken glass reflecting off the sunlight. Sometimes you gotta do it by yourself, you want it done right. Blue Chevelle with the antique tags. I part ways with a bitch, you know she can't keep halves. That's the play in me. She'll tell you that, ain't got to say it to me. Invested every dollar in myself and I ain't waste a penny. You know the wrong move will ruin your wave. It's more than one way to get it, I got numerous ways. Remember ramen noodle, tuna fish days and blow up air mats. I put in too much work in this game, we can't compare stats. Clear facts, Air Max with the air bubbles. It's kinda hard to stay surrounded when you near trouble. My peers hustle, older cousins, they was fully active. Now I'm waiting by the door for the order package. It's more than rapping, I adapted to the big leads. Transactions, writing shit down, the fast lip read. I'm knowing where this shit lead, I know what the devil want. Death by a gun wound or life on the metal walk. Was on the edge, ain't never jump. I took the shit to higher heights. Took the work OT, I charge him up a higher price. You know my, I can't get that last jaw left.
Y'all see, man, Chic, you know, he let people know that the bars is still there. And, you know, it's a layup draw for him. He can always do it, you know, to feed the fan base, to feed the streets. But, you know, at the end of the day, he handling his business. Now, let's just look and see what, you know, it said in the comments as far as people reacting to it. You know, as y'all can see, people showing love. I see, you know, Ness dropped fire emojis. You dig what I'm saying? People talking about how he a legend. You know, Chic Raw commenting back to people. Joey Jihad put up the fire flames. We know they had they back and forth from at time to time. You got Brickyard Noah in the building. He said, I think you just brought bars back out of me. You know what I mean? Who else? Cree Forge in the building. Cree Forge put the fire flames up. Sunday 215 fire flames. You know what I mean? Somebody that he was in the feds with, as you can see, they was trying to say Chic was trash. He like, bro, I took us to the playoffs. Santos fire flames. You got Tevin Farmer. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's a real good look. And, you know, people understand what's going on. Raw Buck, you know what I mean? Bombs away. Hollow Man, you know what I'm saying? Paper Chasers. You know, people is going in. You got Hollow Man Team A in the building too. So, you know, it's just a good thing, man. And salute to Chic Raw, because you know he pretty much been like, you know, in the gym, boxing and working on other things, man. But salute to him, man. It's only right. You know, this SB Twiz, the hood blogger, y'all know how I carry it, man. Shout out to everybody that been rocking with the content.